I'd like to get some analysis now with Makram Rabah, a lecturer at the American University of Beirut. He's joining me now from Lebanon. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Good evening.
Newly elected Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian recently had warned that an attack would have serious consequences for Israel. Do you think that that is now something that we can expect, both from Iran or from Hezbollah in Lebanon?
Well, at least a country that cannot protect its so-called guests cannot actually wage an open war against one of the most sophisticated military technological entities in the region. More so, while people claim that this new president is a reformer, he is just taking the words or the talking points of the Revolutionary Guard. In reality, what happened in the last 2 days, be it the killing of one or the top Hezbollah military commander and the killing of Haniya, is just another message that if Iran decides to continue this so-called fist fight, it will be not only damaged physically, but also morally. This is a huge blow to have someone assassinated when he is staying at the Iranian Revolutionary Guard hotel in a way. So saying that the retaliation of Hezbollah or any of the Iranian proxies would have a kind of a major change on the escalation of violence is not really anywhere to be found on the ground. This is just fighting words, and this is something which Iran has done before. I need to remind you that when their military commanders were hit in the consulate, in the Iranian consulate in Damascus, what was used by Hezbollah and by Iran are just a kind of theatrical jihadi moves, which only ended up making Iran and all of its proxies the ridicule of the international community.
So do you think we'll see something similar, a limited response perhaps, or has the needle here really moved closer to a broader regional war in the Mideast?
Well, the killing of Fuad Shukr yesterday in the suburbs of Beirut was, in a way, expected. The hit was expected, but no one was aware who the target is. However, while the killing of Haniya might sound as a big thing, in reality, he is a soft target, and he is not really the one who is leading Hamas on the ground. One has to remind everyone that Muhammad al-Daif is presumably killed by Israel. This is something which has not yet been confirmed, but there's indications that say he is dead. In the same sense that Ismail Haniya is just a talking head in a way for Hamas and has no real influence on the ground. So I think the killing of Haniya and any of the public figures of Hamas is expected, and I think that Iran and its proxies will just take this blow and look for another time to hit back. How they will hit back, I don't think that they have the capabilities, especially that the Americans will prevent Iran from doing this. And ultimately, I think everyone is weary and afraid what will happen if Trump is elected in the U.S.
Yeah, how would that, let's talk about that a little bit more, because we could be on the brink of a very seismic shift in U.S. politics. How do you think a change in U.S. administration would affect what we are seeing in these relations in the Middle East?
While Netanyahu and the Israeli government were very hesitant, or let's say calculating when they went for the Hezbollah commander yesterday, I need to remind you here that Trump didn't think twice when he went after Qasem Soleimani. And I don't think that Iranians are willing to suffer such a major blow identical to the killing of Soleimani. And while Haniya was killed on Iranian soil, he was not really Iranian in the sense that he did not belong to the Guard proper. So I think that having Trump in the White House will change the whole ballgame, because Trump will go after purely Iranian targets. And this is something that would force Iran to publicly and openly challenge the U.S. And this is something that they have avoided through using their proxies, because using proxies such as the Houthis or Hezbollah gives them the option of deniability. This is something that they cannot do if they decide to use the proper Iranian tools for this, or the official Iranian tools to retaliate.
Now, you've hinted at this a couple of times, but I just want to pick up on this point again. Today's killing in Iran, you've said, he's not Iranian, but still to have a foreign person there in a diplomatic role killed on Iranian soil, do you think that that has caused Tehran to lose face with some of its regional allies?
Well, I think that Iran has lost face even before the killing of Haniya, because at the beginning of the October 7 Al-Aqsa flood, they claimed that they will come to the aid of the Palestinians, and equally Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, has said once the land invasion starts in Gaza, we will come to the aid of our brethren. Ultimately, what the events have proven, be it the killing of Haniya or the killing of the Palestinians or the Lebanese, that Iran doesn't really care about Arab blood as long as the killing is not directed directly to its own entity. They simply are okay with this. So I think while they care about the optics, and this is something very important in the psychology of the Iranian regime, I think there are so little options that they can resort to try to regain and reinstate this so-called imperial facade, which is weaker than people assume.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today on DW with your insights. That is Makram Rabah from Beirut. We very much appreciate your time today.